What's up, guys? Spartan85, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be showing you guys, well, if you've been around the channel for a while, you've seen this horde base kind of built several times, but I just kind of wanted to show you guys how I build the horde base, and also if you are looking for kind of a cheap, easy, simple, maybe poor man's great value style horde base. Maybe you're somebody that doesn't really care so much about the hordes or is not so much of a big builder, and you just want to fight the horde and be done with it and get back to looting and killing and all that stuff. You just want to maybe spend like maybe a day building the horde base. This is the horde base for you then. It's very simple, cost effective. It doesn't use a ton of resources. And all you really need is a decent tier 1 or tier 2 POI. I prefer one that healthily has like cobblestone rocks on the bottom, but you don't need that. I'm actually going to be using the Wootton Resonance for this tutorial. This one over here is a good choice too. This is the Thornberry Residence, and the reason I say that is you have this upstairs attic area up here. Let me get out of God mode real quick. They already have a hatch ready for you. You can just close off. You can take off the stairs. The only problem with this is it's very high up, which is good for the horde because it will maybe stop their rage mode from, you know, when they fall off, they won't beat on your house. But it also takes more resources to build a big, tall structure over here that I'm going to show you guys. So I'm going to use the Wootton Residence, just kind of show you guys how I do it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to build kind of a horde base off to the side, elevated, and we're going to take out the stairs and anything that the zombies can use to get to me. And this house doesn't really have much that they can get up to me with. Let me just double check real quick. Okay, this one over here, if you happen to choose this residence, let's say this one right here, the zombies do have a way to get up from the outside. So always check the outside of the house if there's a deck or if there's something outside that they can use to get to you. But let's check out the Wootton Residence real quick. It's a tier 2, so you'd get it when you get tier 2 jobs, or maybe you'll just come across it. It's blue, so it's pretty easy to find, but very simple downstairs, and then you go upstairs. And this is what I like the most. You have a nice long hallway that you can use to put spikes down in case the zombies do make it up to you. But honestly, you just got to take out these stairs so they can't get up to you. And then we're going to build a horde base extension over here on the outside, just coming out over here. I'm going to show you guys how I do it. I keep it very simple. I'll show you the blocks that I use that kind of keep the zombies thinned out a little bit so they're not constantly in your face. And let's get into it. Yes, and this is what I'm bringing. I'm bringing building cubes, cobblestone rocks, a little bit of concrete mix. You don't need a lot. You can buy all this stuff from the trader, the cobblestone rocks and the concrete mix, or you can make it. I usually just buy the concrete mix from the trader, and then a little bit of wood. And I'm guessing this is about how much as I'm going to need, but we'll find out at the end of the video. And first things first, let's go ahead and clear all this crap out here. Just a regular stone axe will take care of this, but I am bringing the dev tool just to kind of speed things up a little bit. And then let's clear all this out too, just to get out of the way. And then this is kind of your fighting platform right here, if you want to call it that. Now, two things you can do. You can take this out here, or you can build up a platform up here. I'm going to go ahead and take this out so I have a little bit more room just to fight like this. And then we'll just close all this in, of course. And then there you have this here. Let's bring down my blocks. And basically you just want to build kind of, let me get down here. Sometimes you have to take out some of these things here, but let's drop down here. And what I like about this base is you're not going to have to build like a nerd pole up or anything like that. But this is where we're going to start right here. This right here. I'm going to show you the block that I use the most, the poles that the zombies are going to run across. All right, so if you go down to poles, so if you go into shapes, and if you don't know how to use the shape menu, you hold R, or I think it's square on the PS5 controller. Go to shapes, and then I use, like I said, you go down to poles here. I love this pole side centered T 4-way. I love this block. And you're just going to bring it up, and you just got to put it here in the middle. You can rotate it any way you want it, like this, but honestly, that original way that the block was, like that, is perfect. This is how you want it right here. And it's going to look like that. And we're just going to build this out a little ways. Let me do this. You can go out. I usually go out about 4 or 5, and then I'll build it up. So let's put another one there. And let's put another one there. This is usually about where I'll start building like a support. Let's go one more. We'll go ahead and make it an even 6. I'm starting to get the yellow, as you can see right there. So we'll switch back to our cubes. and we'll build up about right here. I think that's about right. Sometimes you have to guesstimate it or so. Let's go up. I'm a little off, as you can see, but that's okay. And if you need to ever like copy, and most people know this, but copy shape rotation is pretty fun. Let's go ahead and extend this all the way out here. Just like that. That's a little long, but that'll work just fine. And what I love about these blocks is the zombies can run across this. But if they get jumbled up or bogged up, or if they, you hit them with an arrow just right, they will fall. Also, they will fall right here. If they're sitting here and they're beating on your base, they will fall right there. So I really like this this setup a lot. So let's get rid of this tree so it's out of our way. And feel free to make this as long or as short as you want. So let's drop down. Probably going to hurt myself. I'll make it a little bit longer, but you don't have to. It's mainly, make it as long as you want. If you have a firearm that you want to do some damage with, or maybe some arrows, then yeah, make it a little bit longer if you want. Let me jump up there, do that. We'll go, let's go one more, and then we'll go ahead and build our cubes. Let's go ahead and go on up. And then we'll connect it. So that's as far as I'm going to go. That's a really good length. And then, so now I'm going to build ramps, and I hurt myself there, as you can see. So be careful dropping down here. You might build a ladder or something like that. Don't do what I do. Now, to build a ramp quickly, I like to separate these. So I'm just going to put 50 here and 49 there. And then one, I'm going to choose the ramp here. And the reason I'm going with ramps is for direwolves or dogs. If you don't build a ramp, if you just use ladders, then it's going to be very hard for the dire wolves to get up to you, or the wolves, and you'll just have to deal with them at the end of the horde. And usually that's how I die, is when I die from dealing with dogs or dire wolves at the end of the horde. So let's go ahead and build this down. And all I do is I just keep on going down like this. Just go one and one like this, and that's why I like to separate them, so it's easy. Once you start getting yellow, you might consider building down like that so you don't have a collapse. And boom, that side is done. And then I'll go ahead and I usually pick one spot, and I'll go ahead and reinforce this like this. You don't have to go crazy on this. You can reinforce this as much as you want. Just keep in mind that's more resources that you have to use. Take care of McLovin here. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, and now we're all framed out. And if you happen to have cobblestone blocks or something like that, definitely use those here. I mean, it'll save you some time. I'm just kind of showing you guys how to build it from scratch, basically. So now the actual supports are done. I mean, the actual, like, frame is done, basically. So I like to put a ladder here. I like to give the zombies a couple different ways to get to me. I like to do that, and also it helps them get bogged down up here a little bit. So if they all converge right here and they all try to run together, a lot of times they'll fall down right here. But let's go ahead and go across here. And now we're going to build up the actual fighting position here. And honestly, I just keep it really simple. I like to use scaffolding here. Just keep in mind, if you put it like that, the zombies are going to climb. So you need to go into advanced and then bring it over here like that. So make sure they're going up and down like that so the zombies cannot climb. And the reason I like scaffolding is it does stop cop puke. At least it does now. It might change in an update and the devs won't tell us or something like that. We'll go ahead and put scaffolding there. So you can put a block there if you want, or scaffolding. It really doesn't matter too much. Okay, so now we're going to put the block down at the bottom here. I like to come on the outside. Here, I'm going to show you the block that I choose. I like this one here, the Catwalk V1 rail. It's in the basic shapes, Catwalk V1 rail. You don't have to use this one at all. Make sure that your block is on the outside. See how the white block is on the outside? And then rotate that right there. So the white block has to be on the outside of this. Come over here. Make sure the white block is on the inside now and rotate it. Now you can double these up. Now you have double the protection here. So if they break that first block there, they still have to get through this block here. And now that we have this in place, we'll go ahead and we'll put the scaffolding last. Actually, let's go ahead and put the scaffolding in. Let's, and you can just go here. You got to choose your block, copy, shape, and rotation. And we'll go up here. boom, like that. And you can double up the scaffolding all around too if you want. I usually don't do that though. And then right here, I'm gonna go into shapes. I'm gonna go back down to poles. I'm gonna choose this pillar 0.05. I like this one on the bottom here. You're gonna have to go back into advanced. And then to rotate it till it sits down at the bottom here. And you're gonna put that down. That's gonna help keep the zombies from being able to get inside. And then we're gonna do the same thing on the outside, but we have to be on the outside to put it on top. And that'll keep the zombies mostly from being able to crawl in, mostly. Sometimes they'll still make it in. But let's go ahead and upgrade this. We're gonna take all of this up to concrete. All right, there's our fighting position. Feel free to upgrade all this to concrete if you want, especially like this block maybe here if you want. But like I said, to save resources, you really don't have to. Now let's jump to the outside over here. And I'll show you, let's go ahead and grab this block here and I'll show you how I put this in. So we're gonna rotate this. Make sure you have your white block like sitting right, just like this. And you have to rotate this right there. See how that fills that in right there? Let's upgrade that. Now that kind of seals this whole area right here. So they're not going to be able to crawl through here. You still might have some crawl through, but it also keeps you from hitting the blocks with like your sledge or your club and degrading your blocks. That's why I like these blocks a lot. And you can upgrade all this stuff too. That's a little extra protection if you want. And now we just got to upgrade all this. I usually go to cobblestone on these just so they don't fall, because if they do fall, well, the zombies are going to find another way to get to you. All right, and if you want a little extra protection, you can grab this pole right. I'll show you which one it is. You just grab the pole side centered and you can just bring this down. This will keep the zombies will still fall through. I wouldn't use a normal block because it'll block the zombies from falling through. But if you want a little extra protection, feel free to do something like this. Take care of Harold real quick. Oh wow, I missed him. Harold, I'm trying to make a video here, dude. Leave me alone. But yeah, feel free to upgrade this. And I generally upgrade cobblestone to 3. And then the rest wood. I mean, this looks absolutely horrible, I know. But this is the great value version horde base. Is what it is. So yeah, we're pretty much done. I mean, we're ready to bring on a horde. What I would also recommend doing is the area... I say we're ready to bring on a horde. We're really not. We need to take out the stairs too. But this area too, if you want to take this out, let me get rid of this. Or if you want to upgrade this, it's like that's already concrete right here, which is great. Upgrade the stuff underneath your base as much as you can, so they don't beat on this, because they will see this as a way to tear you down. And you, honestly, for the first 21 days, probably you can just go to cobblestone if you want. I'm out of cobblestone blocks, so we took about 1,000 cobblestone to make this base. All right, well, let's head inside. Here is the stairs that we got to worry about, and there's Harold also. So what I would recommend doing is just taking out these stairs right here. That way the zombies don't have a way to get to you, and also double checking the base just to make sure they don't have another way on the outside or whatever. But yeah, take out the stairs like this, and that's pretty good. That's really all you got to worry about. And if you do decide to fight the horde here, maybe, you know, a couple hordes, you can upgrade this whole house to cobblestone or concrete or whatever you want to do. It doesn't really matter. Hey guys, well, we set up the day 21. I gave myself some XP. I think we're up to game stage like 49, which is pretty good. We'll get some zombies here. I do recommend something that's going to cause bleeding damage. So a hunting knife is great for this base, so they can fall down and take bleeding damage. Also recommend putting in spikes at the bottom. I didn't do that just because I want to show how this base works. But yeah, a simple hunting knife right here will work great if you do this. Cause some bleeding damage if you want. Let him get up here. And yeah, you can use firearms at this range if you want. This is great. Already got our first cop. So the scaffolding should block the cop puke. That's what I really like about the scaffolding. So keep that in mind. I do have it set to 64 zombies. Just keep that in mind. You can throw Molotovs through here too. Do that. Don't catch yourself on fire like I normally do. Let's shut this door just in case. And like I said, I caught myself on fire. It will happen. It will happen, especially with me. But yeah, I like these blocks because it kind of controls them a little bit. I like it. So spears work great in this base too. Gives you a little more distance so you don't get hurt as much. Usually I have a block here that kind of holds me back sometimes so I don't get so close to the zombies. But yeah, I mean, Day 21, 64 zombies, warrior difficulty, we're holding them back just fine. No issues at all. See, they do fall through. Kind of controls the flow a little bit. Usually by day 21, we'll have some contact grenades too, so keep those with you. Kind of helps thin them out a little bit. I took some damage on that though. I'm going to use a bandage real quick. Sometimes they will crawl through like that. You see, they're trying to get through. They're trying to get through. They just can't. They're trying the hardest to get through. Those little poles in the middle really do help out a lot. See, they get kind of thrown off at the very end too. So there, he fell down. So I love the way this base controls the zombies. That's what I love. And what, like, so if you get overwhelmed, switch to ranged. And do this for a little bit if you have to. And then you can, once your stamina gets built back up, you can go back to melee. My biggest problem is just standing too darn close. That's my biggest problem. And getting hit by the zombies that are close. He's gonna blow up. I'm gonna let him blow up too, just see what kind of damage he does. Really doesn't do a lot of damage at all, so we're fine. Let's get, let's stand in this hallway and throw a Molotov. Whoop, wrong one. Then we'll throw a contact grenade too. Like that. I like keeping that shut. I just don't know what's going on behind me. But look at, I mean, they're trying to jump through. They just can't. So, like I said, use this if you want. They're falling through the blocks. I like it because it doesn't cheese too much. I don't like cheese bases very much. The cop can't even puke on me, you can see. But it's not a cheese base where we're cheating the system or we're cheesing the system. It's just kind of controlling a little bit. Look at that guy. All right, there's our first dog. I've heard the dogs all night, but I just wanted to show that the dogs can make it up to the base if you use the ramps. So, and they can't make it through the little holes. So the dogs can make it up. And a lot of times they fall through, but sometimes they'll make it up to you. But I really like the knives or the spears that cause bleeding damage, because if they do fall, they're gonna take all that bleeding damage all the way around when they're coming back around and stuff like that. But yeah, this base is working good. They are beating on the house down below, and that's probably the zombie rage mode, I'm guessing, is what would that be. Let's get another contact grenade going. Kind of thin them out a little bit. There we go. Couple dogs. But yeah, this is working great. No one's made it through yet. I don't think they've done a lot of damage. I could be mistaken completely if they've done a lot of damage. See if Mo just fell through. But overall, working really good. This is probably not the right gun for this. Well, I can already tell what I should have done was upgraded the ramps a little better. We've already lost the left side. We're about to lose the right side, but we still have the... I need to use a first aid kit. Taking too many hits. But we still have the ladder, though, so we just won't be able to get... Oh, man, that was a bad hit there. Some of the cop puke is making it through. Most of my damage has been my own stupidity, just getting too close. Like I said, spears would work really great for this base. Sometimes they do get hung up on the blocks there. You kind of see they stop and they try to hit the blocks. Just hit them with a firearm or whatever you want to use. Let's get a Molotov going here, thin some of these guys out. Maybe use a contact grenade too to clean some of them out just a little bit. We got these contact grenades. There we go. Looking good. And yes, you can throw these through this little opening here. They work pretty good as long as you don't hurt yourself here. I love me some contact grenades. That was a little close. Oh, we got a bird in here. Oh no, a bird got in. Bird's dead. They got a hole there. That is the only thing that I really didn't really care about much was birds. So if you want to take out the roof and maybe put in bars so you can shoot the birds, that would be a good one too. So yeah, and this really isn't meant for like anything past day 21 or 28. Once you start getting demolishers and stuff, well, this space is probably gonna fall down. And it's daytime. We survived. There's another bird. Curious to see the damage they did. Man, this chick is all over the place. Look at her. Doing like jumping jacks and calisthenics and... See, once they start walking, they fall through these gaps. So this really only This only works for running zombies, basically. Oh, there it goes. The whole thing fell at the very end. Look at that. That's awesome. All right, let's go down and mop up these zombies. So maybe you might want to upgrade it past cobblestone, possibly. I've never had that collapse there, but I also didn't upgrade it really a whole lot. So, but yeah, let's, they did some damage to this base. I've never used a wood structure for this horde base that I know of. So, I usually use a cobblestone structure on these. So it's kind of interesting to see how the wood structure would work, to be honest. But, I mean, it's a great value horde base. Like I said, for somebody that maybe doesn't want to spend a ton of, like a couple days building a horde base or use a lot of resources, it's a perfect horde base for that. So, that's why I wanted to bring it to you guys. I wanted to show you guys, you know, some people like to just play the game, like to loot, like to do the jobs, like to explore, maybe build a bigger base later in the game when you have better tools and better access to resources and stuff like that. It's hard sometimes, day 1 through 7, building, you know, spending a lot of time on a horde base, and I get that. And I know some people out there are builders, and they want to build, but here is the damage that was done. As you can kind of see, they took out this block here. They took out all of this stuff that wasn't really upgraded to cobblestone. They were beating here, so just when you do build this, consider putting in some more supports over here for sure. I didn't put a lot of supports in the ramps right here. I normally do. I didn't in this video, well, because I kind of wanted to see what the breaking point was for this, because I'm always improving these too, always improving these bases. But yeah, keep that in mind if you want to use these. These little T-frames here are awesome. I love them. They really thin out the herd really well. So anyway, guys, that's it. I just wanted to show you, if you guys have any questions at all about the base, or, you know, have any suggestions or things that work for you, please share them down below in the comments. I would love to hear about them, and I will catch you guys in the next video. See you guys later. Bye.